We're going to go through some of the features and take a run and do some comparisons for the Puma running Deviate Nitro Elite. It is their top shelf new racing shoe that weighs 6.74 ounces, 191 grams in my US 9. It has a 36 millimeter heel, 28 millimeter forefoot, 8 millimeter drop. So very much comparable to many of the other super shoes, but it is the second lightest that I know of after the Next Percent. It features Nitro Elite foam, which is a PEBA foam that's nitrogen infused, and it has the Eno plate, the carbon plate, and a Puma grip outsole. Pretty darn breezy here on the porch. The Elite is so light it's blown right off the railing a couple times. So let's talk a little bit about the construction in the upper before I take them for a first run. So the upper is a mono mesh. It is very soft and very thin. Thinner and softer than the Skechers mono mesh, that's for sure. There is a toe bumper. You really can't see it, but I'm going to show you a picture with a black sock on right now. We have two bands on either side which hold the foot, elastic bands. They're relatively thick. And they'll keep you locked down. There is no heel counter really at all, but these bolsters are quite decently padded and thick. You can see them on the inside. The tongue is very, very thin, and you can see windows of mono mesh. I've tried them on. They're fitting me true to size. I'm a half size up, so they feel a bit big. With kind of a little bit thicker smart wool socks, so I think you'll be true to size. And I think really what will contribute to that, even though this is a race fit, is how pliable the upper is. So it isn't always actual width, but also the materials. So we're going to see how the lockdown is during the run. I'm going to take them out for about a 10K run. I'm going to try to push the pace. It's kind of cold and breezy here on the seacoast, but why not wind them up? In terms of the midsole and the feel walking around, very soft heel. Doesn't feel like it bottoms out or is low. I'm not noticing much of the plate, a little bit just walking around kind of the spring up front. We'll see how that feels on the run. Hey everybody, it's a bit windy. It was spitting snow. I was running in a t-shirt. I'm going to take our recap back to the barn, but Puma Deviate Nitro Elite did not disappoint. This is one light, fine, fast. Okay, let's talk about fit. So I'm a half size up, and you can see I have a fairly heavy smart wool running sock. It seems that with the heavier sock, I'm fitting very well. So with thinner socks, I'm sure I'd be okay at true to size. I did the runner's lock or the lace loop, and that locked down the heel on my narrow right foot perfectly. This is a great heel hold here. And I'm not sure if I'd need that at true to size. The laces didn't touch them once. Very nice wrap, very comfortable. Plenty of room in the toe box, maybe a touch short, but even with these heavier socks, but a really fine fit, and just a feeling that you just have nothing on the foot really. Very well connected to the platform with the inner straps. Feel it a little bit, maybe I tied up a little tight on this right shoe here. A little teeny bit of bite on the arch, but nothing to worry about. A few thoughts. It was windy. I was running a t-shirt. It was even spitting some snow. A few thoughts about our Deviate Nitro Elite here. I think this is the softest of all the super shoes. Even to pressing, it feels softer than the RC Elite from New Balance, and it is softer, this PEBA, than the Nike Zoom X. And that translates into a very, very pleasant forefoot feel. The carbon plate, which is split, gives you a really nice toe-off impulse, but there's lots of cushion and springiness in the mix. In terms of the foam, our Nitro Elite here, It is springy as you'd expect from PEBA, but it also is bouncy, a touch bouncier than Zoom X. So that translates into the softness. I found the heel very, very forgiving, maybe a touch too forgiving, but you could also easily daily train in this shoe, but didn't quite have the pop off the heel that I might like, but it's really not an issue. The outsole rubber, as you can see, is pretty extensive, but it's thin. I felt the outsole kind of kept me from any kind of bottoming out, but it's a very forgiving heel. So this is a very forgiving ride. My run today wasn't anything to write home about. I got a bit of a hamstring issue, and my quads are still sore from a hike on Wednesday. But it was about 8:25 pace, and it felt comfortable really at all paces. I mentioned in the fit at the end of the run there that using the runner's loop, I got a great fit at this is a size half size up. I think I would be fine true to size, although it did feel maybe a touch short. Let's do a few comparisons here. Okay, the New Balance Fuel Cell RC Elite. Its stack height is 32.22 versus 36.28 here, and it weighs 16 grams more. So our Deviate Nitro Elite is lighter with more stack height. The feel is quite similar at the heel, kind of soft. The New Balance, I think, does maybe a touch better in terms of the outsole. It's a bit thicker outsole at the rear. But you definitely notice a more kind of forward roll and spring out of the Puma. In terms of the upper, this is an 8.5. It's quite a bit snugger, really, especially right through here than our Deviate Elite. Okay, the next percent, sort of the one everybody's kind of shooting to beat here, and the next percent is a touch firmer in feel. It has a little bit less kind of a final toe-off impulse. It's obviously the one everybody's after. I would say the Puma is a little more forgiving and definitely is a bit softer. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. I did find the Puma is more stable despite its heel softness. The Nike, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing back here with that pointed heel. And with the Puma, you can see you have a nice rounded kind of landing there. So this is a tough matchup. I think a light runner who's kind of lively on the forefoot and wants a even softer ride than the Nike might lean towards the Puma. I will say the Nike weighs a tenth of an ounce, just about tenth of an ounce less, and has 3 millimeters more stack height. So it is a bit more cushioned. So others we could mention in brief, the Brooks Hyperion Elite with a stack height of 37.29, but it weighs 0.8 of an ounce more than our Brooks and than our Puma here, and it only has 1 millimeter more stack height. So the PEBA here really provides a big advantage. I found the Brooks ride a bit dull, really. Others we could take a look at, maybe the Skechers Razor XS. It definitely is kind of more responsive and firmer. This PEBA foam here is definitely softer and bouncier than Hyperburst. If you like that kind of more springy, responsive feel, the Hyperburst might be a better choice for you, but this is very, very easy on the legs. So to conclude, the $200 Puma Deviate Nitro Elite is a brand new offering. We don't quite know the on sale date yet. It is $200 at barely 6.74 ounces or 191 grams. As far as I can tell, it is the second lightest by just a teeny bit of the super shoes. It's a great new alternative. especially I think if you're a lighter forefoot striker for racing. But I think just about anybody could also train in this shoe. I found the carbon plate, which is forked, gives you a nice kind of gentle but decisive toe-off impulse on the medial side on your big toe, so it isn't as monolithic feeling as some of the plates. Reminded me just a bit maybe of the Adios Pro, which has more stack and weighs about an ounce more, which I like. I really like the forefoot feel of the Adios. Here it's a little bit more towards the monolithic plate, but it still has kind of a more your toes are working. The fit is really, really good here in terms of the upper. It is a super light, forgiving upper that should be just about ideal for any marathon with lots and lots of breathability. So we're going to have a full written review soon of the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite, but a great new contender to join that Puma collection. We have a video we just did. Alex just did comparing the training shoes, the Liberate, the Deviate Nitro, which has a carbon composite plate and weighs almost 3 ounces more, and the Velocity Nitro Daily Trainer. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you are so inclined, please subscribe to our channel and follow Road Trail Run on all the various social media channels and at our website, roadtrailrun.com.